Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Please be present. Are you muted?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, let's wait for a few more minutes. Let's wait for more people to join in, inshallah, and then we'll start the class. Okay, nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulil kareem. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. So inshallah, looks like we have a shorter class today, unless some people may join in a few minutes. So we'll start with where we left off. So does everybody remember what we are learning at the moment?
Jumla failure.
Jumla failure. Okay, very good. So let's start with Jumla failure. Jumla fi'liya, right? So like jumla ismiya, jumla fi'liya also has two parts. So first one is fail and the second one is fa'il. Okay, so how do we know this? We can say, for example, if there is a verb or fail to sit, in Arabic we say jalasa, right? So that is the word here, jalasa. Okay, now the fa'il could be of two kinds. One of them could be a pronoun and one of them could be zahir. So what is the meaning of zahir? Zahir means is apparent. Okay, for example, if I say I sat, so what is I here? Can somebody like to answer? What is I?
File.
I'll is file, but in this, what kind of file is it?
Zahir, apparent.
No, it's a pronoun. I is a pronoun, right?
Yeah.
So we say I is pronoun, right? But if I say Zaid sat, so what is the file now?
Zaid.
Is Zaid, but it is now Zahir. It's apparent now because is that making sense?
Yeah.
Is this making sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. So this is what we need to understand in order to move forward with Jumla Fi'liya, that a Jumla Fi'liya starts with a fail. That is why it is known as a Jumla Fi'liya, which is a verbal sentence, right? And a file or fail must have a file, and the file is of two kinds, pronoun and zahir. Okay, so we have been studying this, that the file is supposed to have what status? File is supposed to be in which status?
The Rafa?
Rafa. Very good job. So which is Rafa. So if we know we need a Rafa, then what kind of pronouns we need here?
Detach one.
Detach one. Jazakallah khair. MashaAllah. So detach ones. Because the detached ones are the one which are in the status of Rafa. Making sense? And if it's Zahir, then is Zaidun, Jalasa, Zaidun. Is Zaidun already in Rafa?
Yes.
It is Rafa. Okay. So with this concept, inshallah, we can move forward. MashaAllah, there are more people now. So is everybody able to see what I'm saying here? Can I unmute you all for a second? Okay, I've unmuted you all. So please speak up if you have a question or if you want to ask, if you have any issues with the concept. Okay. So now the people who just joined, should I review this with you guys, or are you okay with that?
I'm okay with it. Jazakallah.
Okay. All right.
Can you quickly repeat it?
Say that again.
Can you quickly repeat it?
Okay. So Sister Afi, Assalamu alaikum.
Alexander Barakatuh.
So what
Because
we
I joined a
do-
little bit late.
No worries, no worries. So it's better if we, because today's lecture is mainly going to be a written lecture. So I don't have any material to give it to you after that, other than this paper or this piece of information you already see, and it's going to be available in the video. So all this time we have, today is the lesson number 19. For most of the lessons, almost like 15 of them were about Jumla Ismiya. Okay. But now, Alhamdulillah, we have come to a point where we are able to start Jumla Feiliya. Now, in order to start Jumla Feiliya, we spend a couple of sessions learning how the past tense works. Right? The past tense. The past tense, how does it work? So Jumla Feiliya has two parts. One of them is fail, which makes sense because it's a Jumla Feiliya. It's supposed to start with a verb. And an action cannot happen without a doer or a person who is doing the action. So it's known as file. Okay. In English, the file means subject or the doer. Okay. So the file could be of two kinds. It could be a pronoun, which is he. Pronoun is like he, she, it, you, they, I, and we. And we made a table. How many columns were in that table? We had like 14 columns. Okay. So, and we practice, we took a word, for example, jalasa, and then we made 14 different variables out of that. But a file could also be something which is zahir. Zahir means it's in front of you. It is not hidden, because remember, when we look at jalasa, we say jalasa has huwa in it, right? Do you see huwa in there somewhere? Do you see physically see huwa in there? No,
Stutter.
because it's mustatar, meaning it's hidden. The opposite of hidden is apparent, meaning something is not hidden, something is in front of our eyes. Is that clear? So I gave an example. I said to sit is an action, and the Arabic for that is jalasa. If I want to say I sat, I'm going to say jalastu. Remember, for I sat will be jalastu. Remember this one? This is number 13. Column number 13. Okay. And if I say Zaid sat, then Zaid is visible and I'm making it apparent. So I'm going to say Jalasa Zaidun. Are we clear on that?
Sorry, what is the Arabic word for apparent? What does that say?
Zahir.
Zahir.
Yeah.
Zahir.
Zahir. And if you look into the Quran, it's one of Allah's names. Zahir. Az-Zahir al-Batin. Al-Batin is kind of hidden, and Az-Zahir is the apparent. Okay. So let's take this example further. So how do we do this? So we say Jalasa. I want to say Jalasa. Okay. Jalasa mean to sit. Okay, to sit. Now, I want to introduce one more vocabulary here. We want to call it masdar. In English, we will write it like this. Masdar. Do you know what a masdar is? Do you guys know what a masdar is?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. So some people know and some people don't. So the name of an action is known as masdar in Arabic. So here I said the action is to sit, but the masdar is sitting, eating, right? Sleeping. So in order to explain the action, I give it a name. And when you give a name to something, it becomes the ism, right? 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 Yes? So for the purpose of learning, all I'm saying to you, if I say the masdar, then you know that I'm talking about a name of a action or name of a fail. Okay? So let's do some quick examples here. So if I want to say he sat, what will be the Arabic?
Jalasa.
Jalasa. I said both male sat. So what am I going to say? Jala, jalasa, right? If I say they sat, so what happened now?
Jalasu.
Jalasu, right? Okay. I want to say she sat. So what are we going to say?
Jalasat.
Jalasat.
Jala sat, right? And then jalasata
Jalasata.
and
Jalas.
jalasna. Jalasna. Got it? So this must be very, very clear in your head. So both female sat, right? And they all female sat. Okay. This is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. With me so far? Then if I say you sat,
Jalas.
about-
Jalasta.
so I'm going to say jalas
Ta.
ta, jalasta, right? And then
Jalastuma.
jalastuma. Very good job. Jalastuma, right? And then the next one,
Jalasatum.
Jalastum.
jalastum, right? So here that means you sat, you both sat, and you all sat. You're talking about male. Okay. The female will be
Jalasati.
Jalasati.
jealousy, and it will be
Jalastuma.
jealous.
Jalasatum.
Jalastunna.
Tunna.
Sunna, mashallah. Very good job. Jealous. Sunna. And what will be the first one? Jalastu
Jalastu.
Jalasna.
and jealousna. Okay. So now you know that if I just follow the rules, it becomes very easy. So the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Making sense? So the rule I'm going to tell you is this. When your file is a pronoun, okay, when your file is a pronoun, then the verb can be attached to all 14 of them. You see that? The verb can be attached to all 14 of them. What did I say? When your file is pronoun, you have 14 options. But when you have, when your file is zahir, you only have 2 options. 2 options only. Number 1 and number 4. Number 1 and number 4. Okay? You understand what I'm saying here? What am I trying to tell you?
Masculine singular and feminine singular.
Yes, that's right. So number 1 is the masculine female, the masculine singular male, and then the 4 is the feminine singular. So if I use a verb and the file is a pronoun, it can have 14 different variations. But if I have a verb and I have a zahir, then it can only use either number 1 or number 4 depending on the gender of the file. So for example, I'm going to give you an example here so that you understand. First of all, let's see if you understand the concept. So if I say we sat, what is the verb? And this is how, do you guys have a piece of paper with you?
Yes.
Okay, and do you also have a pencil or a pen or something to write down?
Yes.
Okay, when you're ready, let me know.
جلسنا.
Okay, so what I want you to do, right now, the way I'm writing, I want everybody to write with me, and don't give me the answer just from your, from your mind. I want you to write it down first. So what we are going to learn is we are going to identify things. So here, what is the fail? Verb, right? This is sat is the verb, correct?
Yes.
So we are going to do this exercise together. What is we? It is
The
file,
pronoun.
right?
File.
It is the file, right? The subject.
Yeah.
What kind of file is it? It's
The
a pronoun.
Pronoun.
Okay. So what is we?
نحن.
نحن.
Yes, nahnu. So sad will be jalasa, right?
Mhm.
جلسنا.
Jalasa.
جلسنا.
And the verb will be, the pronoun will be na. So it will become jalas na. Making sense?
Yeah.
So this is number 13. Well, this is actually 14, right? If you look at the chart, okay, you see this one, number 14?
Mhm.
So this is number 14. Now pay attention to number 1, jalasa and jalasat. Okay, so if I say Zaid sat, so what I'm going to do now, what is my verb? Sat. What is my file?
Zahir. It's Zahir.
Zai.
Zaid, right?
Yeah.
Is it Zahir or pronoun?
Zahir.
Zahir. So what can I use? I can only use number 1 or number 4. Is Zaid male or female?
Male.
So I'm going to use,
Number 1.
so I'm going to say Jalasa
Jalasa.
Zaidun. Making sense? Okay. If I say something like this, if I say Fatima sat. Okay. So what is my verb? Sat.
Sat.
And my file is Fatima.
Yeah.
Is it noun? Is it a pronoun or a zahir?
Zahir.
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 Now, is she a male or female?
Female.
Female.
Female. So I'm only going to use only number 4. So what is number 4?
Jalasat.
Jalasat.
Jalasat
Two.
Fatima.
Two.
Two. MashaAllah. You understand what I'm trying to do here?
Sat.
Now you understand the concept. I need here more people to say something.
Yes.
Brother Kabir, what's going on? Are you understanding this? Are you with me?
Yeah. I'm writing because you ordered us to write first and then answer.
Brother Fawad, are you with me?
Yes. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. So this concept is very important. And why am I, very specific about it? Because if we get this right the first time, inshallah, then you will be very good in understanding how to use the verb in your sentences. Okay. So a file could be of two kinds, a pronoun and a zahir. If it's a pronoun, we know that we have 14 different variations. And if it's zahir, then it's only two, either number 1 or number 4. Okay, so let me give you another example. So this, we are going to do the exercise together. I want everybody to write it down first, identify the verb and the file, and then we make the Arabic for that. So I'm going to say the verb is dakhala. Dakhala. The meaning of dakhala is to enter.
Enter.
Right? So I want to say a teacher entered. Okay. A teacher entered. Okay. What is the verb?
Entered.
Entered.
دخل.
And the file?
Is a teacher.
Teacher. And I mean that this is a indefinite noun. Meaning, I'm going to say, what is the indefinite noun? How we write? We're going to say mu'allamun. Mu'allimun. Okay? Mu'allimun is a teacher. And verb is dakhala, right? Is mu'allimun a zahir or is a pronoun?
ظاهر.
Zahir. So what number are we going to use here?
First.
Number
Number
1, right? Because it's
one.
male. It's a mu'allim, mu'allimun. Right? So I'm going to say
دخل معلم.
dakhala mu'allimun. A teacher entered. Okay. If I want to say a female teacher entered, what I'm going to say? Mu'allima. Mu'allima. Mu'allimatun. Right? Now, is she a male or female?
Female.
Is it zahir or is it pronoun?
ظاهر.
How the
دخلت
dakhalat.
دخلت معلمة.
Why am I keep putting this here? Dakhalat muallimatun. Okay. So one rule again, when we have a jumla fe'liya, right? We have the fail and then we have the file. They have to be the status of rafa. So is muallamatun rafa?
yes
Yes. A muallimun rafa?
yes
Yes. And what kind of noun is it?
Nakara.
Nakara, indefinite noun, right? Okay. So if I say same thing again, and I try to say like this, I say the teacher entered. Okay. What is the verb here?
المعلم. الدخل.
The verb is right here, and the file is, this is the subject, right? Okay. So if we say dakhala, we are good, right? Dakhala is good because it's still a male teacher. But what will be the Arabic for that teacher?
المعلم
المعلم.
Al-muallimu, right? Because here was the muallimun. When you put the al, it becomes al-muallimu. So al-muallimu. So what happened now? dakhala al-muallimu. You see what happened here?
Yeah.
This is how, is it a zahir or is it a pronoun?
Zahir.
Zahir. So we will have the option of number 1 because it's a male. If I want to say the female teacher entered, the female teacher entered, right? Then the verb is right here.
دخلت
The file is right here.
المعلمة.
So we are going to say
المعلمة
dakhalat, dakhalat
معلمة
al-muallimatu. Okay, now we have some issue here because al-muallimatu. Okay, what is this al here? Because there is a sakoon here, right? And this is hamzatul wasl, right? How are you going to read this? Because there is a sakoon here. The last letter of the verb is a sakoon, so that means there is no haraka. And then the first letter of the file is also a sakoon. How are you going to read it? Can somebody try to read it?
دخل
Dakhalal to nahi hoga na ye.
دخل
Okay, because there is
Make
this,
haraka on for ta.
this is not going to be read, right? So this alif is not there.
معلمة.
So you cannot say dakhatal. There is no because this is.
دخلوا. Just skip the ta.
No, you can't skip the ta. So basically, it's very hard to pronounce when you have a situation like this, when the last letter of the verb is a sakoon and then the first letter of the file also sakoon. So the rule is you add a kasra here. So you take the sakoon and you say dakhalatil muallimatu. Dakhalatil muallimatu. Making sense? So I'm just giving you a rule. This is a rule of Arabic language. So when there is a situation like this, when there are two sakinas, there is a sakin here and there is a sakin here, then you add a kasra and you say dakhalatil muallimatu. Okay. Now let me test you out of, maybe it will be a previous test. I want to say the teacher entered in the class.
We can't see the writing.
The teacher entered in the classroom. Okay. So what happened here? What is the verb?
دخل
Enter.
And the file,
is
right? And then we have an additional information, the classroom. Okay. So who can give me the Arabic for this?
في الفصل
Very good job. So
Dakhala.
you're gonna say dakhala al-muallimu
المعلم في
فصل
fasli. Dakhala al-muallimu fil fasli. What is fil fasli?
Class.
In the class.
Jar.
Darul Majrur.
Okay, because fi is a preposition, and because of the fi, the fasli, it becomes the kasra here. Making sense?
Yes.
I think it's female teacher, yeah?
No, al-muallim is the male teacher.
You write female.
No, that was file.
Okay.
Sorry. Now, if I don't pronounce it, then it's gonna be fail, right? So it's like
Yeah.
fa'il. So there is a little line here. So fa'il. Okay. All right. So now what I want to do Let me see how many people are present today. So, mashallah, there are 15 people present. I'm going to do one example with each one of you. So please don't be shy. Try to work with me. And if you don't know the answer, no problem, we'll help you. Okay. So if I want to say, before I actually, let me give you one more example so that you guys feel okay. So this time when I showed you this information, I used only singular verbs. Okay. If I want to say 2 male teachers entered. Okay. So what is the verb here?
This is the
Entered, right? And what is the file? 2 teachers. 2
file is
teachers. So this is the
2
subject,
teachers.
right? Now, these are the subject. So what is the, is it a zahir or is it a pronoun?
Zahir.
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 So what is the Arabic of 2 teachers?
Al-Limani.
معلمان
Muallimani. Muallimani. Muallimani, right?
yeah
So the question here is, what will be the verb? What
دخل
number? Huh?
Fala.
Dakhala.
دخل
Because
Yeah, with
we
lam
know
alif.
that dakhala was the first one and dakhala for the dual, right?
yeah
So how many people think that it should be dakhala? Dakhala
Yes.
muallimani.
yeah
Based on that, dakhala.
But they both would
No, when it is Zahir, only option 1 and 4.
Jazakallah khair. So Sister Afi realized that I've been trying to tell you a rule that when the pronoun or when the subject is known, zahir, doesn't matter how many number, it can only have either 1 or 4. And is muallimani male or female?
Male.
Male.
It's gonna be dakhala
Muallima.
muallimani. Making sense? Okay. So that is the part I'm trying to make you understand, that why did I tell you this rule? Because next time when you are dealing with these kind of situations, you know that out of this 14, when the file is known or zahir, you can only pick either the siga number 1 or siga number 4. 1 for male, 4 for female. Okay. So if I want to say more than 2 teachers entered. So I said teachers entered. Okay. So the teachers, the translation will be
Muallimani.
muallimuna, right?
Muallimani.
Why I'm saying muallimuna? Because I need the rafa one. So that is the key part. I did not take muallimina, or because muallimina will be nasab. We need to take muallimuna because it's rafa, because file is supposed to be rafa. Okay. So what will be the verb here? How do we write the verb?
First one.
First one. So it's gonna be dakhala
Dakhala
muallimuna. Making sense? Okay. All right. So now the English sentence I want to say, okay. I want to say Zaid opened. Okay. So let's say Umar. How am I going to write this down? How I'm going to translate this into Arabic?
That is,
So what is the verb here?
the word is opened or opened.
Open is the
Here.
verb. Okay. And the file?
Then Zaid is the file.
File is Zaid. Okay.
This
Is
is
it
the
pronoun or Zahir?
Zahir.
Zahir.
Zahir. So how are you going to translate it?
This is Dakhala Zaidun.
No, open. Open is
Oh.
Fataha.
Oh. Yes. Fataha Zaidun.
Fataha Zaidun. Okay. If I have to say I opened, what is the verb here?
I.
No, verb is open, right?
Yeah, verb is open.
The file is,
The file is
I.
I.
Is it a pronoun or a zahir?
The pronoun.
Pronoun. So how would I translate it?
Fatahtu.
Fatahu.
Wait.
Fatahat.
Okay. Right now I'm only asking Umar.
Fatahatu.
So everybody will get a chance. So please let me just ask the person I'm asking. Fatahtu.
Fatahatu or Fatahtu?
Fatahtu.
Fatahatu.
Fatahtu. Fatahtu mean I open. You understand what you just did, Umar?
Yes.
Okay.
How do you pronounce the I open? Fatahtu or Fatahatu?
Fatahtu. Fatah.
Fatahtu.
There will be fatah and there is a sukoon here on the ha. Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, did I do it right?
Yeah.
Fatahtu. Okay, that's right. Okay. So Umar, you pass. Now let's see somebody else. Okay, I want to say Aisha opened. Okay, Sajida. What is the verb here?
Open.
Opened is verb. Okay, very good. And the file?
Aisha.
Aisha. Okay, Aisha is Zahir or noun, pronoun?
It's Zahir.
Zahir. So what will be the Arabic?
Jalasat.
No, we are talking about Fataha.
Yeah. Fatahat.
Fatahat
Aishatu.
Aisha.
Aishatu.
Aisha. Very good. So if I say she opened, so what will be the verb? Is still the same. The file is she. What is it? Zahir or pronoun?
It's a pronoun. Mustatir.
Pronoun. Mustatir. So how are you gonna say that?
Fatahat.
Fatahat. Is everybody clear on that? Is everybody got that? How we did that?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is our playing rules? Our playing rule is that when we are given a sentence, we try to identify the verb and we try to identify the file. Once we identify the file, we need to identify whether it's a zahir or it's a pronoun. When it's a pronoun, depending on what I'm asking in the sentence, I have 14 possible answers, right? But if it's a zahir, then depending on the gender of the file, it could be either number 1 or number 4. Making sense?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. All right, so let's go to the next one. I want to say a boy wrote. Okay. So the Arabic for wrote is kataba. Kataba. Okay. So who? Okay. Let's say brother Kabir.
Yes.
I'll ask you. So what is the verb here?
Wrote.
Wrote. And the file?
A boy.
A boy. So this is the, I'm going to call it file.
File or
Is it Zahir or is it pronoun?
It is Zahir.
Very good. Zahir. So how are you going to translate it?
Kataba al boy walad.
Wala
Waladun.
kataba waladun. Because it is an indefinite noun, right? If I say he wrote, so what will be the Arabic? kataba. Making sense?
Yeah.
So that is how you do the other ones. Okay. Okay. Then I want to say Hamid created. Okay. So what is the Arabic for created? Khalaqa. Making sense? Okay, sister Afi, did I
Yeah.
do you already or you haven't done it yet? Okay.
I haven't done.
Okay, so created is verb. What is the verb?
Created.
And the file?
Hamid.
Okay. Is it Zahir or is it pronoun?
Zahir.
So what? How would you translate it?
خلق حامد. حامدون.
Khalaqa Hamidun. Very good job. So if I were to say the same thing again and I say Zainab created,
خلقت زينب.
Khalaqat Zainabu. Okay. If I say he created,
خلق.
Khalaqa. Okay. Khalaqa. Okay. Okay. Now I want to give you a different one. I want to say they created. So what is the verb here?
خلق. خلقوا.
Khalaqu. So what this number? What is the Siga number? 3. Khalaqa, khalaqa, khalaqu. Because I didn't specify whether the they is male or female. So if I say this is male, then it's number 3. Right? So if I say they female created.
خلقنا.
Khalaqna. Khalaqna. Is everybody understanding this part?
Not really.
Not really.
This one I will miss because it's how is it 3?
Why is it 3?
Yeah.
Because if you make the chart of khalaqa, then it will be khalaqa,
Khalaqa.
khalaqa, and khalaqu.
Okay. Okay, got it.
You got it? So khalaqa, khalaqa, khalaqu. And
Yeah, I
that's
got it.
for male. Okay? So you understand now that mashallah, doesn't matter what I give you, once you understand, you know how to make the Arabic of it. Okay? So let's go to somebody else. I'm going to say Fatima remembered. How do you, what is the, I forgot the spelling. Okay, something like that. Okay, remembered. So the remember means zakara. Zakara. So sister Umema, are you there?
Hi.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes. So do you understand the question? I said Fatima remembered. So the
Yes.
Arabic word for remembering is zakara. Okay. So what is the verb here?
Remembered.
Remembered. Very good. And who's the file?
Fatima.
Fatima. Is Fatima Zahir or pronoun?
Zahira.
Zahira. Very good job. Then how would you translate it?
Fatima Zakara.
No, you would write the verb. So you're gonna say Zakarat
Zakarat Fatima.
Fatima.
2.
Very good job. MashaAllah. Very good. So if I say something like this, if I say I remembered. Okay. So what is the verb?
Remembered.
Remember. And the file?
I. Yes.
Is it zahir or pronoun?
Pronoun.
Pronoun. So I is what number?
Wahid.
Yes,
It's
I is wahid is number 13, right? So
Yeah,
what will be the
13.
Arabic?
ذكرت. Two.
Zakartu.
ذكرت.
Good job, mashallah. Zakartu. Zakartu. You see, so this is number 13. Why I was able to number 13? Because I'm dealing with a pronoun. But when I had a zahira, then I can only use number 4. Okay. Any questions on this? Brother Javed, are you here today?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm watching you.
Okay. So do you get this concept, mashallah?
Sorry.
Did you get this concept?
Yeah. I'm doing. I'm listening and watching. Yes.
Okay. So
Just
my
being
next.
quiet here.
Okay, very good. So my next sentence is, I'm trying to keep it simple. I am saying Omar made. Okay. So the Arabic for made is ja'ala. Okay. So Sister Madiha, are you there?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa salam. So what is the verb here?
Made
Made. And what is the file?
Omar
So this is file. Is it zahir or pronoun?
Zahir
Zahir. So how many options you have?
one.
One. Very good job. So now can you translate?
Ja'ala. Just a second, please.
Ja'ala
Ja'ala Umarun.
umuru.
Umarun.
Because of his ghair musrif, right? Ghair munsarif. So very good job. So if I want to say Maryam made. So what are you going to say? What is the verb here?
Made
And what is the file?
Maryam.
Is it zahir or pronoun?
Zahir
Zahir. Male or female?
female.
Female. What number you have?
4.
4. So now translate, please.
Ja'alat
Ja'alat.
Ja'alat Fatimatu
Very good. Maryamu.
Maryam.
Okay. So, mashallah, you understand. Okay. So, one more concept I want to share with you before we sign off today. So, I guess everybody understand it now, and I did like majority of the people got it. So, I don't want to repeat the same thing again. We talked about this last session also. Let's talk about it again. So, we know that we have a fail, which is the verb, right? We also have a file, which is the subject or the doer, right? We have one more thing. We have maf'ul, which is object. Okay. And the status wise, the file is rafa. Okay. And the maf'ul is nasab. And the sign for rafa is these, the matan, and for the maf'ul is
Kasratan.
fatatan. Okay. So if I give you a sentence in Arabic or English, I'm going to say Hamid helped Zaid. Okay. What is the verb here? Helped. What is the file?
Hamid.
So Hamid is the subject.
Oh.
Right? Who is the object here?
Zaid.
Zaid. So Zaid is the object. Okay. We talked about this and we said in English, the placement or the position of the noun tells you who's the subject and who's the object. Correct? However, if I change it to this now, Zaid helped Hamid. What happened now? He's subject
Switched.
and the verb is this and this is the object. You see that?
Yeah.
So English is limited in a sense that you have to rely on the position in the sentence to know who's the subject and who's the object. Okay. Now, if we take this word and translate into English, in Arabic, we are going to say help. Help is nasara. What is the Arabic?
Nasara.
Nasara. Nasara. Okay. So I want to say Hamid helped Zaid. I can do it in the following manner. I can say Nasara Hamidun
Hamidun Zaidan.
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 Right?
Yes.
Okay. I can also say Nasara Zaidan Hamidun. Is the sentence meaning change?
No.
No. Because how do you tell who's the subject?
Damatan.
By the status, a Rafa, which is the Matan, and Zaidan, the Nasab. So it's still the same thing. Hamid helped Zaid. And I am starting the sentence with what? Verb.
Word.
So this is Jumla
Area.
Felia. Okay, is this Jumla Felia or Ismiya?
Failure.
Failure.
Very
Failure.
good job. Now, if I say something like that, Hamidun, Nasara, Zaidan. You see what happened now? The sentence
Jumla-
meaning the same thing. The translation is Hamid helped Zaid. But now it is Jumla.
Ismiya.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Why? Because now the starting is a noun.
No.
Okay. So we can also say Zaidan Nasara Hamidun. You see the power of Arabic? MashaAllah, you're saying the same thing in 7 or 4 different types, four different kind of verbs, right? You have the power like this in Arabic only. So I wanted to make sure that you guys understand this. Now, we also talked about the fail. We said the Jumla Felia can have a fail and it must have a file. Without a file, you cannot have a Jumla Felia because you need to know who is the actor, who is the doer of the action. Some sentences, you don't need the maf'ul. So those kind of words which only need the file, are they known as Fe'le Lazim? What do they do? What are they known as? Fe'le Lazim. And in English, we call them transitive verbs. What do we call them? Transitive. And if a verb needs a file as well as the maf'ul, as you mean it needs both subject and object, then we call it Fe'le Muta'addi. What do we call it? Fe'le Muta'addi. And in English will be intransitive verbs. Okay. So inshallah, with this, I conclude today's lecture. Any questions?
When is our, like, this is unrelated to the lesson, but when is our last class before Ramadan?
I think the last one will be the 21st.
Okay.
Because Ramadan could be on the 23rd or on the 24th. So let's keep it simple. We'll have our last class on the 21st.
Okay. Yeah.
If you want on 23rd as well, I'm sure I can do it, but let's not because we don't want to. We have to leave it in the middle anyway. So
I think 21st is good.
21st is good. So inshallah, we'll have our last class on the 21st. Yes.
2 more classes.
We have
Basically, until next Tuesday.
until
Then next Tuesday is the last class. 2 more classes.
2 more sessions. Yes, yes. So in the last class, we can do a little bit of review and maybe some, some examples, or we can continue with a new subject. So it's up to us, inshallah. So I hope that so far what we have done, mashallah, your knowledge is increasing. Try to apply this knowledge next time when you're reading the Quran, and you will find a lot of verbs you might be able to understand. Now, one tip for learning Arabic, which is very important, is to increase your vocabulary. If you don't use, if you like, see all these examples I told you, if I hadn't told you the meaning of it, and if you didn't know the meaning of the verb, then basically it is hard to start. So start to build your vocabulary a little bit. Every day, 5-6 words, maybe 10, depending on your own capacity, and then try to memorize them. And are you guys using the recitequran.com?
No, I'm not using it.
Okay, so my recommendation is, I know there are a lot of applications out there to read Quran, but I'm recommending recitequran.com for a couple of reasons. It is color coded. It has all the tajweed rules. It has word for word translation. It's very easy to follow, and I have a feeling that if you guys read from it, you will be recognizing a lot of concepts we have covered in our classes. So you need to put your knowledge to test by going through a bunch of tools I have sent you. But again, I don't know how much time you guys have available during the day. If you guys can use those tools, they will be really helpful. Okay. Inshallah, if there is no question, then we can call it a night. It's almost, we have to close as well. जावेद भाई आपकी आवाज खराब हो गई.
मेरी आवाज खराब हो गई है, किसी और की खराब हो गई.
Somebody was talking. Kabir, is that you?
ये तो कोई और बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा है, उसकी आवाज खराब हुई है, मैं खामोश हूँ.
Okay, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakumullah khair.
Okay, Abid, jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khair.